So we have a new sponsor for the month of September. Earn to Trade is going to be giving us some accounts. Earn to Trade. I don't know if anybody's ever traded with them before. New to me. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get some continuation. Upside continuation. Come on. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. What a beautiful support level. I mean, I didn't get in at the best place, but I was able to take that for 20 points there. As we found support down here, low volume node, intraday lower band, previous session lower band, previous session low volume node, and weekly upper band, all in this 15-point zone. Yeah, they've been around a while, Tony. Have you ever traded with them, Tony? Earned a trade? CVD not very convincing there. Now we're starting to get some divergence here. Might look for another entry, actually. Nice. That was another 20-point bounce. Almost. Yeah, there it is, 20-point bounce. All right, we're getting some good trades in this morning. CVD there's a divergence. So there's a lot of absorption taking place at this level. A lot of passive buyers picking up the sellers. What does that mean? It means potential reversal spot. To the upside. Yep, worked nice again. Got a good little nut in this account too. So I got 300 something in my top one, 326 in my Apex PA. These are all funded accounts. Lots of nice longs off this 910 area. 910, 920, 915. All right, let's see what we get next. You know, we kind of have this descending channel going on here. We're in balance. Longs off of value area low and shorts off of VWAP have been the play so far over and over again. You could be done taking those scalps. They hold until they don't, right? Keep taking them until they break. Manage risk and you'll be okay. Well, that's why you got to manage the risk, Jay Scott, right? You got to be prepared for the time it does not work. Because eventually it's not going to work. You know, it's not going to stay in this range all day, right? Or you just say, hey, you know, I've gone to the well one too many times. Now I'm going to wait for something new. One of the two. There you go. Yeah, exactly. 2 to 3 times. I've gone to the well. It's paid me. Now we'll wait for a contextual shift. Something new. Three times. Gone to the well. Morning, LJ, Biz, Fritz the Cat, 50 Trades of Ray. Siempre viva. Morning, everybody. Hope everybody's been trading well. We've had some really good trades in the stream so far. I do feel like there's a long setup coming in this somewhere. $10 a.m. I have trimmed down my size, JJ. I'm trading 50. I've been trading a couple of 50K accounts this month. So I've trimmed down my size so I can get paid in these accounts. I do love swinging the 150s, but I also like doing variations and different things because as you know, the teacher and educator here, I think it's important for people to see variation on what can and be done. You know, not everybody's able to trade 150Ks. You know, what can be done with 150K or 250Ks? And how do you size it appropriately? How do you trade it? But yes, I've been sizing down. I mean, I have a lot of other things going on the side too. I trade credit spreads, I trade stocks. I don't talk about that stuff here as to not convolute what we're doing here and practicing. I use the same exact system and method for my options and for my stocks. And I do crypto as well. So I got my hands in a lot of things, guys. A lot of things. All right, do we get the back test VWAP? You know, we're very flat here, right? We're getting constricting deviation bands, which is obviously a big indication of a balanced market. So it'll be interesting to see what we do up here at the upper 900s. Do we fade? I mean, I'm going to take the fade. I think initially we're going to fade. I don't know that we're going to rip right through it, but we could. I'll take the trade. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Now we got some buying stepping in on the delta here. This is the most buying we've had since the session open. I think so. I think so, JJ. If it gets there. We're still trading in the meat of the distribution right here, for the most part. This is the 2-minute. Now you don't have to trade the same time frame as me. It shouldn't matter too much. The levels generally stay the same. This is the 2-minute. I do like the 1-minute. I do like the 5-minute. The lower time frames I've found are better on the toolkit, which is what I'm showing right now. I also use this higher time frame to reference. And guys, look at this. Price discovery continuation long on the weekly upper band. If you're looking at the 30-minute. Still in balance on the 60. However, you know, this could be the big break. We'll see. We're getting close to a fade level here. I feel like I might have missed it. It's all right. I'll take a couple of little stabbies here. Think we can go a little higher. I don't know that we're going to leave distribution that easily. See if we get another push up. Sure trying. I think we'll get it. Hopefully it just doesn't launch through. Because that also can happen. So I'm filled 3. I don't have a great price, but we'll see. Touched it. That was the touch. I got filled 1 more. Still short 4. See if you can get a little bit of a sell-off here. While they load up to try and push it through this level. There we go. I'm short at 74. Oh, uh-oh. Watch out for this. I canceled everything. I didn't like the look of that. I don't like the look of this price action, guys. I'm going to hold off here for a second. Could very well work, but it looks like they're trying to blast it through. All right, there we go. There's some sellers. Got back in. Covered. $364. And that trade worked nicely. I got a little shook on it, but that was the trade, brother. Look at that. Fade value area extreme pretty much to the tick. We use the previous day's initial balance until we have a new initial balance. And you don't need the initial balance to take trades. You can have confluence on the volume profile and the VWAPs and multiple VWAPs. Those tools alone are very powerful. Initial balance is just another tool in the toolbox. It's not required to take a trade. Did look like a little bit of a flush there, didn't it? This is another rotation down, or is that going to hold? Yes, sir. Bought the VWAP there for another little scalp, and that's profit target in this account, guys. I'm at almost $1,500 in profit in this PA. 50K PA on Apex. I do not use EMAs whatsoever. No. EMAs don't speak to the auction. 1,500, not for the day. I'm up 473 on the day. 1,450 on this account over 3 trading days. $1,453 in this PA. Apex PA, 473 total, 51,453. So that's going well. So I hit profit target in this, and then now I'll just move over to my funded next account. Just keep chipping away at these accounts, working towards payouts. And there's the long flushcito to the VWAP. We might get the next leg up here, as these levels are just really being accurate today. Yesterday was some BS. After about 10:30, we had terrible price action for the system. There's about 90 minutes where it was just shite. And then it cleaned up. Today it's been beautiful. Absolutely beautiful price action. G Mickey, yes, I would definitely recommend that newer traders to wait at least the first 30 minutes of the open or use a demo account. Practice in a demo account. That's the alternative. There's no risk. I'm a firm believer. There's some people that say that are like anti-demo accounts. I'm not one of them. I think they are great tools. I think they get you screen time and reps in without the risk. Everybody's like, well, I'm not going to take it seriously if I don't have any skin in the game. Well, then, that's a problem. That's kind of like what a gambler would say. I hate to say it, but it's kind of true. I can't trade real unless there's money on the line, right? Like, come on. We can practice, learn to practice in a simulator. Get your reps in. I don't care if you treat it like real money or not. It's about learning the system, getting comfortable with order flow, taking the trades, being involved in a trade, seeing how it reacts. There's benefits to all of that. Yeah, because the consequences suck, man. It's gonna burning through money and digging yourself into a hole is not going to make you a better trader, especially early on. Even though you're going to do it either way, you don't have to make it worse than it's already going to be. Yep, exactly, Logger. You know, but also, Logger, we do a lot of, with my private mentorship clients, we do a lot of price action drills. Like if you compare it to sports, when you practice soccer, a lot of some drills you do, aren't like a real game, right? It's to make you better at some very specific skills, which when you get better at them will make you better in soccer or football or, a lot of power athletes will do Olympic weightlifting, which has nothing to do with their chosen sport, but it makes them a better power athlete. Same thing with trading. There's a lot of drills we do that are different than actual trading that make us better at certain skills when taken over to trading. Like being able to be fast with execution, knowing where to put limit orders, covering orders fast, being able to recognize, a change in volume or context, all those things. Yep. Practice like an athlete. Exactly. It's a performance endeavor, just like sports. It's no different. It's just more, it's of the mind, not of the body. Jason, the big release. Yep, it's going to be the Drysdale Inner Circle. All the details are going to be dropping about that today. It's going to be invite only. We're going to be taking about 15 traders into it. It's going to be an intensive. So I don't want to go through all the details. I'm going to be doing a video that explains everything, and I'm really excited for it. We have a couple people already locked in, ready to go, and it's going to be there's going to be a cohort. Yeah, not that ICT. No. So, Shelly, I can identify with that. When I traded small caps, all I did was short. I never longed. I think if you create some rules for yourself, no shorts above, and this is where the toolkit can help. I don't know if you have the toolkit, but no shorts when there's green candles. There's some advanced playbook where you can short in price discovery, but that's like it's advanced, right? So guys, this fade value area extreme still the spot. Beautiful. I'm so happy with the price action we're getting today versus what happened yesterday, especially right around this time. I hear you, Shelly. I've been there, 100%. I know what it's like. I've gotten so you can change. I've gotten so much better about it over the years. I also always wanted to be short. Actually, the only time I didn't want to be short is when like the market was tanking, which would probably be the best time to be short. The irony, right? I always want to fade whatever the market's doing. If it's going up, I want to short it because I think it's going to go down. If it's going down, I want to long it because I think it's going to go up, right? Because I hate the idea of chasing price and longing the top and shorting the bottom. That nothing grinds my gears more than me longing the top or shorting the bottom. Hey, Fritz, we don't have a cost determined yet. There will be more details. There's going to be a bit of a application process too, because we're only taking a very limited amount of people. So we're actually, the first stages of this are going to be seeing who's interested, what their background is, what their goals are. You know, we're going to be pretty particular with who we choose for this program, not to be non-inclusive, but this is going to be a special pilot. So it's going to be a little different. It's going to be exciting. Yeah, CVD is trading sideways here, isn't it? We'll look for a big breakout in either direction on the CVD.
Inventories forecast to build of 0.5 million on a prior draw, 3.795 million. Distillate inventories prior was a build forecast as a build of 0.024 million on the prior build of 1.681 million, and crude Cushing inventories for a prior build of 1.59 million.
All right, I'm going to log out of this account. I'm going to move over to Fund It Next here. That's the third time that fade has worked from that level. Yeah, it's true, JJ. Steven, what's up, man? Done with the quickness today. I know to be done that quick, you were just swinging. Hey, Ed. Yeah, great rotations. Chip Smith, this is excellent balance trading. We have setups for this in the VWAP Wave System. If you're not familiar, the book is on Amazon. This is a great place to start for low cost. You can get the ebook for $10. The paper book's 20 bucks. Low cost. Buy yourself a book, read, learn how to trade choppy markets. Because there are great spots to get involved and make money. Nice job, Mustafa. And the book is also on Kindle Unlimited. If you have a Kindle, or what's the other one, the audio one? If you have a subscription to that, there's a free audio version too. Audible, thank you. Now, not to disappoint everybody, but it's not my voice. It's a British virtual voice, but it's pretty darn good. So, you know, we have this rising wedge pattern, flat top breakout. Feels like it's coming soon. Rejected again there so far. Exactly. I did train it to not say VWAP. I had to phonetically type out for it how to pronounce VWAP the way I wanted to pronounce it. Awesome, Brian. Welcome, man. Hope you enjoyed the book. Book's been getting a lot of great reviews. People love the book. A lot into that book. Chuck's here for it. No real confirmation on the Delta yet, but it looks like it's trying to grind through it. There we go. So, you know, is this the back test or is this a rejection?
In 5 minutes time now, at the bottom of the hour, you see the release of the weekly EIA inventories numbers. Crude oil inventories forecasted a draw of 1.4 million from the prior build of 2.415 million.
This back test has to hold.
The range, you see the draw of 0.5 million to a draw of 4.4 to a draw of 4.153 million. API crude stock change last night showed a build of 1.25 million. Gasoline inventories forecast for the build of 0.5 million on prior draw of 3.795 million. Distillate inventories forecast to build of 0.024
There it goes.
on the prior
Come
build
on.
of 1.681 million. And crude Cushing inventories for a prior build of 1.59 million.
I got my stop at break even. All right, I'm out. Caught a very little winner on that. The book is not included in premium. You're talking about the core, the VWAP core setup guide. That's the free guide. That's included. That everybody gets that. The book is on Amazon. Struggling a little bit up here. We don't have an initial balance yet, do we? Hennessy Renko bars won't work with this system. You won't get the proper VWAPs or volume levels with the Renko bars. Renko blocks or whatever they are. Plus, Renkos are more for trend following, which would be great when we're in trend conditions. I think you need to, Hennessy, have you been through the book? You have to understand auction market theory, balance versus price discovery, and why Renko blocks are not a great chart if you're trying to trade a balanced market. No, it's not, Stephen. Unfortunately not. You'd have to keep up trade evade on a separate chart, which I do. You could even see it on my stream here. I have, I'm pulling it in. Oh, no, I don't. Hold on. There we go. It's at the bottom, the very, very bottom. I have it up on another screen. Rejection.
One minute remaining. I'll lead in with the EIA crude oil inventories.
We got crude oil inventories coming out here in a minute also. Caught a little bit of this rejection. See if we can get back down to VWAP. Not bad.
10 seconds.
All right, there's the oil inventories, and we now have an initial balance.
The draw of 1.4 million. Gasoline inventories, a build of 1.459 million, a build of 1.459 million. Distillate inventories, a build of 4.715.
Thanks, Steven.
Build 4.715.
So this low volume node I captured over.
4 million.
We had it earlier this morning.
0.365 million.
It's the value area high on this distribution.
Crude prices off the back of the larger than expected storage build in WTI crude inventories.
So you can see the distribution is like this. This is the value area high, value area low. And we've just been going like this. Balanced market. You're welcome. Tempting to take another short here. It really is. Kind of like the back test. There we go. Come on. Now. A small size short, 74. See if we get another rejection. If not, I'm just going to pull it. Small size. I'm not expecting... It's got to reject again. Otherwise, this thing can go up much higher.
State plan ahead says we've implemented more proactive.
All right, took off a little size there.
Monetary policy to fully unleash the effects.
We got one.
So the China State Planner says we should stimulate market vitality and boost consumption and coordinate efforts to promote a reasonable recovery in the price levels. US crude oil and product stockpiles rose by the most since 2023. Posted the weekly EIA inventories report on the feed for that.
There we go. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. There it was. No, not really. We formed a pretty significant distribution here. I don't think we're going to leave it that easily, and I took small size. It's not really. Hey, Kurt. Glad for you to join us here. So essentially, you know, when we're in a distribution, like we are now, right? Value area high, value area low, point of control. Price goes like this. Till we break out and leave. And then what do we go in search of? Another balance area. Auction market theory 101. That's what we've been doing. I'm not taking it again. I got, you know, I've already taken a couple of really good trades up here. I feel like this thing's bound to break here sooner or later. It's really trying for, we're creating lower highs, higher lows. Right, so it keeps getting bought up. And we kind of have this flat top area with this level that we've been fighting with for the last, you know, I don't know, 35 minutes. All right, thanks for joining us. Oh, there's the tank. It would have worked again. So I would never think about which one. So IB low, IB high here is not at a great. Guys, are these arrows like really distracting? Because, you know, I'm trying to leave them there so people could see where we took setups. But if you think they're cluttering the chart, I could get rid of them. So the question is, upper band and IB high are a good 20 points away. Right? Which one do I give priority to? Which one carries more weight? So it's not always, I see them as two distinct, very different levels. Okay. So I wouldn't say one or the other. I think we have two levels, quite frankly. I think we have a level here at 77. And then we have another level here at 24,000, right? And level to level trading, right? If we can break above and hold, this will be our next level to test. At which point it will reject. It could break and back test. It could reject and then break, right? Those are all of our possibilities at a level. There's three outcomes. I guess there's more if you just straight up. So, you know, I would still fade this level. Now, this is its own distribution. We have a distribution here, and we have a distribution here. We have this low volume area, right? So I'd expect if we do trade up through it, we might get a fast, or we might just flesh out this distribution more. There's lots of possibilities, and trading is always about me thinking if this, then that. I'm thinking about the scenarios and what I'm going to do as I see price action paint the story of what's happening. I need to kind of clear my mind of bias and trade the chart in front of me. The chart will tell me the levels that are interesting, which ones have higher probability of being reversal points, which ones have lower. We have grading schedules of confluence, A setups, B setups, C setups, which will help me manage my risk and my sizing. And then, you know, if I see us breaking above this, right, where are we going next? I'm expecting to go with IB high, of which I'll probably take a first stab at a rejection. Now, do I think this is going to be a huge rejection point? We're going to go all the way down? No. Based on this chart, and you're going to learn this with experience, right? I think what will probably happen, probably, not guaranteed, there's no guarantees. What I think will probably happen is I think we'll reject off it initially, pull back, and then break. Now, will we go a lot higher? I don't know. Again, what I think will probably happen is we'll probably develop another balance area. Or we can develop another balance area here, right? I'm going to let the chart tell me what's happening and just trade accordingly as I get information. And then based on my knowledge of the setups and the system, it allows me to take high probability setups that work more often than they don't. Yeah, you're welcome. And, you know, when things slow down, I have no problem answering questions. Plus, I've already hit profit target in 2 of my accounts. I'm trading my 3rd account now, up just small, almost $100, small size. You know, everything's been a rejection so far from here, and the cumulative delta is just kind of fading. But the fact that it holds up and it keeps testing this level is somewhat bullish. Now, they could be sucking in longs for a bigger flush. You know, there's just been a big seller here this entire time. Oh, we got some buyers stepping in. Is this going to be another trap? I don't know. Or is this actually the move? We know Chuck's long. I feel like being long up here is predicting a break as opposed to trading the chart in front of us, where this level is held for the last 40 minutes. To the moon, 971. All right. You're up almost 9 points here. Nail just fade you guys. Oh, how do I group them? Go like this. Boom. That's cool. Then how do I unhide? How do I unhide them? Yes, held at another VWAP bounce there, but looks like, we're losing volume, it seems. Seems like it might be choppy here for a while. We can go back down to 921 easily. They do keep buying it up. The algos are putting in the work. Who's it going to stop out first? Longs or shorts? Ah, sweet. Thank you for that. There it is. I want to smash that IB high. Stop run on the shorts first, then tank it. That was the play. Let's see if they buy it up again. Stop out everybody. Nice, Mustafa. I think that was a good place to add if it does continue. I do. I have it set up for Tradeovate. I do use Stream Deck. I have it set up for Tradeovate, and I have it set up for Project X. I have a video on it as well. So Anderson, yes, I always compare ES and NQ. I have them up side by side on this monitor right here. To the candle by candle, I could see how they're trading in correlation and where the setups are in both. I don't share that on my stream because I have very limited real estate to work with, but I am watching it among a lot of other things up here, obviously. I'm still holding my short, by the way. I might be very close to stopping out here, though. You guys might win the chicken dinner. But I have room to add. There's a nice volume node up here at 990. Oh, sellers just took a dookie on that candle. Dang. It's all right. It's getting bought right back up again. They just stopped, ran all the longs, the weak-handed longs, who had their stops too tight. They're fighting all right, but the cumulative delta does not look enticing if I were a buyer. Ba-boom. Still holding 3. JP, what is that? If you guys start blowing on the screens, maybe it'll go up. All right, I'm going to cover here at point of control. Decent short. It's making higher lows, so I'm not going to get greedy with that trade, but it worked nice. Nice, Norm. So I'm just rolling with the fact that we're probably going to stay in balance until we show some real acceptance to the upside, which we have not demonstrated yet. All we've shown is battling at this level, which favors the balanced market. It does not favor price discovery. Is that Ronda Rousey or whatever? Or no? Or just some chick with huge muscles? Nice short. So now this might be an interesting area to go long. However, we could go right back to the other side of value. I'm not kind of, I don't know. I'll flip long here. There we go. Flip long. Nice. Nice. All right. Profit target hit on this account. It's not even 11. So you can still, so it wouldn't be a VWAP bounce because we didn't have any price discovery. So that would be a VWAP scalp. J. Scott is right. It's still a setup. It's still a long, so it's not like yeah, it's still a long. We spent a whole 4 minutes, almost 6, outside the bands. Thank you, Logger. I appreciate it. It's not it's been a learning process, learning how to trade and stream at the same time. That's a whole nother animal. As you can imagine. Another rejection. I'm getting used to the pressure, that's for sure. And I'm tired today. I'm glad I traded so well because I went to a concert last night. Going out to dinner tonight. I've been very busy. I have a lot of work to do after the stream today. I'm getting ready for this Inner Circle launch, and I have to create video content, and I have, all types of stuff. The toolkit. We're working on updates for that. Making sure everybody in the group is taken care of. All questions. I'm not complaining. I absolutely love all of it. But it's busy. The Nelly show was awesome, guys. It was so good. Ja Rule, Nelly, and Chingy. Ja Rule was incredible. Nelly was incredible. They put so much into that you can tell. They were super into it. They were pumped. They were emotional. They were fantastic. It was a great show. I'll post some videos. I didn't know what to expect, and the demographic was exactly what I would thought it would be. They did go grills. Air Force Ones. I need to purr. It was so good. It was so good. Air Force Ones. Ja Rule came into the crowd. He was singing right by us. Living it up. It was a good time, man. So I'm very happy for my wife. She had a really nice birthday. A lot of people came out. We had a blast. So, you know, this price action is very choppy, but the setups are here, guys. The setups, this is a fade value area extreme, scalping, short value area high, long value area low. It's been paying since 10 a.m. And I've been saying the entire time, we're going to keep doing this until it fundamentally changes. We're not going to predict a breakout in either way. We're just going to keep taking these setups until it changes.
In the US State Department statement, Rubio welcomes Korean investments into the US.
Now is your chance to get out break even. I think. I don't think it's a great trade. It hasn't proven itself yet. Then, of course, if it rips, you guys are going to hate me for suggesting getting out break even. That's all right. I'm willing to fall on that knife, on that sword. Or are they distributing, Rodriguez? You don't know. They could be accumulating. They could be distributing. They're doing one of the two. But for every buyer, there's a seller. Somebody's getting out of their position here. I do have a long bias. So I happen to agree with you. I think they're accumulating, but I could be wrong. Just trying to be objective.
State Department says that Rubio spoke with China's Wang Yi today.
But we're trading this profile, guys, to the pretty accurately. Madonna is waiting. You and all the other longs are waiting to exit there, so that's why the shorts are going to smash it. I don't have Air Force Ones, LJ Biz. My wife has a pair, though. She got a pair of custom ones for the concert. I don't like wearing shoes. I live in Florida, generally in flip-flops, 90% of the time. I call them foot prisons. Ah, man, Mustafa, you get out of that trade or what? User FX, awesome. Fritz asks, what's my average goal when hyper scalping? You know, I'll take anything from 5, 10 points, but I'll often get 10, 15, 20 points on a good trade. And I break even. I scratch a lot too. I take a lot of trades that I get absolutely nothing out, trying to manage my risk and not turning into losers. So I try to be very proactive with my risk management. So much to the fact that I turn winning trades into scratches, but that's okay. It works out generally in my favor over a sample of many trades. Oh, Sonny. Now that's a t-shirt idea. I gotta write that one in the book. And it'll be a big pun sitting at a trading station. I'm not a player, but I scratch a lot. Other ideas I have on the list are My Wife is Like Corn and Dominate. These ones have not been done yet. If anybody knows the corn joke. We didn't get the Madonna yet, Roadrunner. Madonna has not happened. Madonna's up at 24,000. Boom. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if we fade from here a little bit. Maybe back down to 950, 920, 940. 910. 910 would be a little bit more of a than a pullback. That would be the whole traverse of the range. You guys have been sitting in this trade for how long? 25 minutes? Corey, you're short. Chuck's long. Oh, you're long too. Gotcha. So could you tell me more about your risk management rules? They're in the it's not static. I don't have like I always go for 5 points or it's based on the range, the volatility, the price action. I don't have like I always risk 10 points and I always go for 15. Like I don't have that. It's not how it works for me. I trade the chart, I trade the rotations, I trade, you have to realize if you always go for say 30 points on NQ, that there might be really bad times to try and do that like now, right? We're trading in a 20-point range, right? You have to be adaptable to the current market conditions, so it's always changing. And I trade based on the order flow. So if something starts changing, I won't wait to get to my profit target. I won't wait to it to hit my stop. I'll just get out of the trade. I'll reposition myself. I do a lot of very dynamic things. And the more you watch me trade on stream, you'll see that. I know everybody wants like, a very mechanical, rule-based way to trade. And I think that's a lot of people's downfalls. They want to do it because it takes the thinking out of it, the discretion. It takes themselves out of the equation because they don't trust themselves. And that's not really where you want to be. You want to build up your skills so that you do trust yourself and you're able to take dynamic risk and profits and trades. So stop thinking less about more rules and thinking more about developing your skill. I do like to keep at least 1-to-1 manhood. Yeah, so that's a good point. I don't want to have a negative risk to reward. I don't want bigger losers than winners. It does happen, but I really try to keep it at least 1-to-1. But I generally skew over a large amount of trades, about 1.2, 1.3, so slightly favorable, better than 1-to-1. And on good trading days, I'll hit 1 to 1.5. But it's not a traditional 1-to-2 risk reward. Not even close. Not as a scalper, anyway.
Trump posting on Truth Social saying, "What's with Russia violating Poland's airspace with drones? Here we go."
I think if you're a long-term trader, Sonny, like a swing trader, I think that makes sense.
With Russia violating Poland's
You have time on your favor. You can go for bigger moves and give it more room. I think with day trading, it's very difficult. Norm, crushing it on the options. Yeah, exactly, Joffrey. Christo asks, am I... Oh. Uh-oh. What's with Russia violating Poland's airspace with drones? Here we go, says Trump on Truth Social. Corey, one of my most profitable trades ever was a straddle on NDX. I took it back in February. It was a $50,000 trade just to buy one straddle. And then we got that massive sell-off. It was absolutely epic.
Oil climbing to an intraday.
Absolutely epic. One of my best trades ever. Best part with the straddles, you don't have to guess which way. You just need it to go. Can't be ranging. That's the beauty of these option strategies. You know, there's ones where you don't have to pick direction. You can be right if it goes up or down. Strangle has a little bit more of a neutral area, whereas a straddle has a very specific point. And I think they're cheaper, I want to say. Straddle's cheaper to buy.
Analyst PM Carney says October's federal budget will require tough choices.
Right, strangles are cheaper. Because they're more out of the money. Straddle is at the money. Well, I mean, if you buy it at the money, it should be at the money. I remember that, LZK. Chuck. He's still waiting for this thing to do something. Have you ever thought about taking your position off and waiting for it to actually give you a real setup? Because now we're diddling in the middle. Yeah. We're tightly coiled on NQ. ES actually has some range, it looks like. Dow going straight down. Gotta check my. Yeah. Bitcoin, if you want the best trade, Bitcoin has been the best trade. Long Bitcoin, short Dow, best trades. Bitcoin by far the best trade of the day. It's up over 2%. Yeah. It would be a cheap option to buy since the VIX is so low. I read something somewhere that the hedge funds are building like record short positions. But I feel like I've read that a bunch of times over the years. So there was a little bit of a VWAP scalp there, but it looks like we're going lower. Chuck added, right? 55 was the add spot. Cumulative delta is looking weak. We're now about to hit, we're approaching lows on the delta. That's that. So much for bullish consolidation. The straddle costs 50K. Joffrey, the indicator is the this is my toolkit, but you should check out. I have other videos in the Discord. I don't know. I think we'll get down to probably 920 first. I think we'll test the other side of value. Back to upper band. All right, where's the IB low? Is at 900. I'll be right back. All right, we're approaching the 11:30 hour. I'm going to wrap up in about 10 minutes here. Why don't we do a little trade check-in? How did everybody do today? I hit profit target in a couple of prop firm accounts, 2 funded, 1 evaluation. About $1,000 in total profits. Trading micros. Nice. Gary, 500 green. Carlos, good green day, bit over 700. Nice. Zombie, quite green today, trading small size. PL and challenge this morning, the profit target hit and funded in cash. Nice. Corey, meh, 1200. Slightly green JP. Dr. Schaefer, target hit. Vikram, 340 green. Nice, man. Dale, sinking these micros, but hit 3.2K and a new 150K evaluation. Nice. Target reaching top 1 and top step. Shelly, Roadrunner, $100 green. Switch to. I'm hearing a lot of good results, guys. Estee, 200 green. Dom Scalp. Dom's been crushing with some options. David, green, big today. Josh, green on the day, 150. But if we get another such red candle on gold, I am all happy. Yeah, it's testing VWAP here. If we get some price discovery out of this distribution, you might get a nice move right here. Now, obviously, this has been support at the open here, the gold open. But if this cracks, It's starting to crack. Way better price action than yesterday. And if you're saying it's choppy, it's because you're not trading the balanced market setups. It is choppy. I agree with you. I'm not denying that. But there were good setups in this balanced market condition. And we got gold at IB low. It got bought up there at IB low so far. Fake outs galore, no doubt about that. Jeffrey juicing on oil. 50 trades red, green today. Eric, green day on EA. Everybody's doing well today. Good. If you're not doing well, do not feel bad. The purpose of the check-in is to not rub it in your face if you're having a bad day. We all have bad days. And I know the frustration of having a bad day. Well, everybody talks about how well they're doing. But guess what? That's a part of trading. I have days where my own students blow me out of the water. That's all right. That's okay. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm going to be dropping some stuff today, Jay Scott. Yep. I'm going to be working on some video content today about it. And it's going to be a release of information too, because a lot of things are still being fleshed out. I feel like, I've had so many bad days, I've become numb to it. I feel like you're in the right spot because I've been there. JJ, be careful, man. You could still close it up 500 and not ruin it all. Yeah, I'll put the video. I'm going to put it on social media and in the events channel, announcements channel. Guys, we're all with you guys. Been there, done that. Have the t-shirt. I think it's not a bad idea, JJ. It's a green day. You know how many times I've turned a $2,000 day into a losing day? And I wished I would have shut it down at $500. Nice, Eric. Beautiful. Nice wick on NQ there. We trust it. It's kind of the value area high of this distribution down here. So I shorted 40. See if we can get back down to 30. There we go.
When security features rising over $1 a barrel amid escalating geopolitical conflicts and trade tensions.
Nice. Oil is juicing. It's pulling the markets down. Keeping an eye on the volume profile, JJ. The developing volume profile will give you the first indications of consolidation. So any pronounced area that's starting to build a distribution on the profile intraday, right? Like down here, right? This is going to be a consolidation spot. I would say VWAP will be the short spot. All right, I'm done here, guys. All right. Good trading day today. Lots of great setups. That was also just another beautiful value area extreme long. Back test VWAP, 10 points. Great setups. Hopefully you traded well today. Took a lot of these setups with us on stream. If you're going to continue trading, that was a VWAP scalp short, almost to the tick there for 10 points. All right. If you want to head on over to the trading floor, the trading lounge, that's for the premium members. That's an opportunity to share your screen, share your mics. If you're going to be on the trading floor, try and stay on topic with your mic for setup discussion and chart talk. The lounge is more casual. So manage your risk, stay sharp in there. We have group coaching tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to join that with a free trial, if you're not in the premium. And we also have some more on the inner circle coming today, more details dropping on that. So stay tuned. There's a bit of a application process and wait list, so look out for that if you want to apply. We're taking about 15 traders in that program. So have a great day, guys. It is 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're shutting up down here today. Good profits in my accounts. There was the beautiful backtest short of VWAP. And I'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the premium. We'll start around 10 a.m. on YouTube with a little bit of a delayed stream. And manage your risk. Stay sharp, guys. Have a wonderful day. And I'll be in the Discord. If you need anything, just tag me. Have a great day.